Hello, everyone. I'd like to share with you today one of my favorite recent David Allen quotes. One of the things that I've found over the years, ever since I got exposed to GTD all those years ago, was that David Allen, I think, has a unique ability to distill incredibly important ideas and express them in such a way that they become in brief sentences. He will come up with ideas that my brain will work on for weeks and months. And so this is one that I saw the other day, which is again, it's one that my brain has been working on quite a bit. And the quote goes like this. It says, "The point is not to finish everything. The point is to be constructively engaged in our process of creation and completion." And I love that. I mean, I think there are a number of really rich ideas that are in there. One idea that hit me as I was reading it was this idea that I think for an awful lot of us, we have this subtle and quite frankly insane expectation that at some point all the work is going to be done. And so I think this whole idea that, at the beginning of that quote, the point is not to finish everything. There needs to be an acknowledgement that we are in the flow of our work, that there will be more things coming at us, that there will be things that we tick off as done, great, but that overall that we are in the process. We're standing in the stream in a sense, and our job is to try to navigate that stream as best as we possibly can. And so that was one idea I thought was very helpful. Another idea is this idea of creation and completion. So he said, the point is not to finish everything, it's to be constructively engaged in our processes of creation and completion. And what I love about that is that the implied idea there that, hey, what we are doing in our lives as productive beings is this kind of process, first of creation. We are choosing what it is that we want to make happen in the world, to make real in the world, right? Peter Drucker famously said, the 20th century, one of the greatest business thinkers of the last century, said that it is our job as knowledge workers to define our work, right? That's an important part of what we do. And so I think that's a similar idea here in David's quote, that part of what we're doing is creating what it is, determining what it is that we want to make happen in the world. We're defining our own work. And that we should be constructively engaged in that process of creation and completion. So again, this idea of a cycle of creation and completion. My brain, as I say, ever since I saw that quote a couple of weeks ago, my brain has been working on that. And I guess what I would encourage you to think about in your own reflection on your own, practice, your own ways of working, maybe the ways you're using your system, is to what extent are you supporting yourself in that sort of perspective? Do you have mechanisms or tools that you're using in such a way that they somehow imply that that work will at some point be done? Some people create, for example, very concrete example, they create daily to-do lists, right, that say, okay, well, here are the things I want to get done today. Quite often those are not the things that actually need to get done on the day. They're just the things that people feel like they have some pressure about, right? So have you got things in your world which are not respecting this idea that, hey, we are constantly in this process of creation and completion, and the work will not be done? Sorry to spring that on you if that's a new idea for you. We are constantly in this process, and so I think managing that as best we can, and making sure that the tools and the working practices that we have support that is the best that we can do, and not just the best that we can do, but also the most enriched way, really, to live, to get this sense that, hey, I am, at any given moment, I am free to renegotiate what it is that I'm choosing, either to create or to complete. So that recently it's occurred to me that one of the things I don't want to do is become hostage to my past self, the self that made the decisions in the past about what it was that I was going to be creating, completing. So again, acknowledge that we are all in this flow. It's not all going to get done, and what we can do is manage as best we can the creation and completion, the things that we're choosing to focus on. Anyway, hope that's helpful. As always, if you have any comments about this, or you have any ideas about things you'd like to hear about from me or from anyone else here at Next Action Associates, please do feel free to be in touch. And until next time, thanks and be well.